Okay, it's good to be making another video. My Dark Knight Rises video, I'm editing it right now. That'll be up before you see this though. This is going to be a vlog, and it's just kind of me talking about a lot of random stuff. And I got nothing else to do really, and it's just to announce stuff. I got some coconut juice from Thailand, so that should keep me hydrated. So my mouth and throat don't dry out while I'm talking for an hour. Hope it doesn't take that long though. So let's get into this. First thing I want to talk about real quick is the Olympics. I have never watched the Olympics ever in my life. I just never felt compelled to or any interest to. The only other Olympics I watched besides this year's was the 2010 Winter Olympics. And the only thing I watched in that was the gold medal hockey game between Canada and whoever it was. Just because, I don't know, I heard it was a good game, so I watched that, and it was an amazing game. If you've seen that, you understand like how awesome it was. I never watched hockey, and after that, that was the only thing I watched. And then I watched Miracle, that's it really. But this year, while I was working, I ended up watching a lot of the Olympics, and they were pretty good. I really enjoyed watching them. One of the favorite events I like watching was the handball, just because I'd never seen that game before. I heard of handball, but I didn't know what it was that. It was like they had a volleyball or something, and they basically dribble on both sides of the court, and you have to like throw it in the other person's net, and they have this little thing, this little area you can't get in unless you're jumping. It was just a neat game. And then the women's soccer for Canada, when they were facing the US, and then the referee made some real questionable calls that kind of screwed them out of that match, so they couldn't go to the finals. And that was disappointing, and then the US, I believe, went and won gold for soccer, so yeah, it's a good thing they bought a referee for that. I don't want to say that they paid the ref off, but it's so questionable. A lot of people are saying that, so put it out there, okay? And the women won the bronze. The women's Canada soccer team went on to win the bronze in one of the most lackluster soccer games ever, but it was still interesting because they were battling France, and they were like, Canada was just kind of, okay, let's see if we can get in the net. France would keep taking it away and shoot. They had like 30 shots on net and never got it in. It was either awesomely saved, or it would miss, or it would bounce off the post. They could never get in. And it was like last 10 seconds of overtime or something, and then Canada got the goal. And that was awesome to see. So that was a really amazing bronze medal win. And what other games was there? All the running and stuff. It was just, I enjoyed the Olympics this year because it's the first time I watched it, and makes me want to watch the Olympics again in like 4 years, and the winter ones and all that. So I am now a fan of the Olympics, I guess. Okay, I got a lot of other stuff to talk about. I am also changing my movie reviewing formats lately. By that I mean I used to just do reviews for movies that I saw in theaters, and I would review. Video games is a little different. Video games, I usually don't buy them right when they come out. Like Arkham City took me till December to review that because I also had to buy it and then I had to wrap it. Video games are going to continue to be that way. UFCs, I don't think I'll be doing any more post-fights of that, just because I don't buy that many of them. And it's just, like, if I have really something strong to say about it, I will, but otherwise I don't care about that anymore. But movie reviews, I'm going to start reviewing a lot of movies, and there's going to be, like, if I see it new in theaters, I'll do that. But if I'm not seeing anything in theaters, I'll probably go back to an old classic or something that I like that I just feel like reviewing. And so these are going to be a lot of movies that I'll be reviewing in the next while. After this goes up, I guess. I'm going to be doing, there's going to be a section called Underrated Movie Reviews, where I review movies that a lot of people didn't like, or I don't think they got the credit. And the first three will be these ones. And probably one of the most underrated movies I've ever seen is this. Please don't leave. I know a lot of people don't really like this. I do. I think Dax Shepard's a really funny guy, and I like seeing Dan Cook in movies. I think he's really funny too, and I think he's doing a little bit more serious work now because he did Mr. Brooks, and Dan in real life wasn't really comedic for him anyway. And that movie Detention, that's kind of a horror comedy, but it's a little bit different than what you normally see Dan Cook doing. And Jessica Simpson, she was hardly in this anyhow. Like, to kind of make you think like it's a big romantic comedy. It kind of is, but at the same time, she's hardly in it. And I just feel it's underrated. The second one, I don't even know how many people actually even know about this movie, but Let's Go to Prison, I think, is one of the best comedies I've seen in a long time. Again, it's another Dax Shepard movie. I find him to be an underrated actor, because he's usually pretty funny. G. McBride, Will Arnett, they're all really funny in this. This, honestly, I think it went to theaters, but I never heard of it when it came to theaters. I rented it one time, and I saw it, I'm like, this is freaking funny, so I ordered it on Amazon, along with Employee of the Month, because just a really funny movie. And this last one, I understand why people don't like this one, but I get some enjoyment out of watching Lottery Ticket. I think it's pretty funny. This is kind of goes along with First Sunday with Ice Cube and who the hell is the other guy in that? I think it was Tracy Morgan. And also Death at a Funeral. Just kind of underrated comedies, and they're black comedy. And what I've noticed is those comedies seem to really get a lot of critical hate. I don't know if that's a lot of racism or what, because I think they're very funny. And yeah, I don't know if it's just because a lot of critics are white people, so they don't connect with all the jokes, or the jokes aren't as reverent to them or something. But I really find them funny. I think they're good movies, so maybe I'm just connecting them and a lot of people aren't. This movie, I say it's the best movie of all time. I said that in my Dark Knight Rises review. The Iron Giant, and yeah, it's the VHS. It's the best animated film ever. I think it beats Toy Story, honestly. Iron Giant. Luckily, I ordered the DVD. It came with 4 other movies, because it was just cheaper. Racing Stripes, I don't know if I ever liked that. And Bully, I thought was good. It's got Nicolas Cage in it, for God's sakes. Iron Giant, which I watched recently. And Kangaroo Jack. I'm going to be honest about this movie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you how I honestly feel about this movie. I like it, okay? I think it's slightly underrated. I can understand exactly why people don't like it. I think it's a very fluff type movie where you watch it and like stuff happens, but it's not directed all that well. The writing isn't that well. Acting's okay. It's not super funny or nothing, but for some reason, maybe it's just because I watched it when I was littler, but I kind of enjoy it every time I see it. This one I bought not too long ago, Crazy Stupid Love. A really good romantic comedy. If you could, well yeah, that's what it is. I pretty much like everyone in the movie. And it's pretty funny. And it, for the most part, avoided all the cliches that end up in romantic comedies. Some of them still kind of found their way into the movie, but what can you do, really? I want to talk about some badass movies. Faster. The Rock finally returned to action movies. And I mean, he did Walking Tall, he did The Rundown, he did a couple other ones. Scorpion King I never watched, I don't care about that movie. Then he did all those family movies. And I'll be honest, Tooth Fairy, I find mild enjoyment, and The Game Plan, same thing. They're very little kid-oriented family films, but I like them, okay? I'm sorry, it's just I enjoy them. And I'm going to talk about something quick. I'm going to skip over a few movies for a second to talk about this, because Drive and Faster have slight similarities. It's about a getaway driver who is a very violent person that, after getting attacked by people, ends up going after them and killing them all because of how they wronged him. And the character is a very silent guy. He doesn't talk very much. It's just a lot of face acting, because he hardly speaks. And yeah, that's as far as the characteristics of the movie go. This is like an art house thing, and this is an action movie. I like this for the most part. But this though, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I bought the Blu-ray, and it looks great on Blu-ray. The soundtrack, I had to buy it immediately when I saw the movie. It's just really good. This one, I'm gonna defend myself as another movie that I like, even though I shouldn't. It's more of a guilty pleasure though, because this, Too Fast, Too Furious, is a horrible film. Okay? It's horrible. The writing sucks. The acting, for the most part, is mediocre. The direction was mediocre to average. It's real MTV-ish. It feels like MTV made the movie. It's one of those type deals. Like, it feels like the MTV Movie Awards of that year. I'm sure they got a lot of nominations for like Best Action Star or Best Movie or something, because the MTV Movie Awards are a bunch of idiots that know nothing about actual film. Yeah. This one I got a while ago, the Pulp Fiction Blu-ray. Looking forward to reviewing that. But I might put it off because Django Unchained's coming out this year around Christmas time. No, on Christmas Day actually. And so I'm going to be doing a Tarantino retrospective thing where I'm going to review all his films. So I might put off the Pulp Fiction review for a while. Fight Club. Another one of my favorite movies of all time. Another one where I had to buy the soundtrack, even though it's just a lot of... I don't know how to describe the soundtrack, really. It's pretty hard to describe. So if you... I'm finding it hard to figure out how I would describe the soundtrack. Red State, another underrated film. Basically, Kevin Smith financed, made the film, and distributed it all on his own. It's awesome. This Michael Parks, man, he ruled this movie. Just the fact that he never got Oscar nominations pissed me off. And it's one of the reasons why the Oscars, no one cares about them anymore. Something like Drive or Red State can't get Oscar nominations. Good God. Warrior 2, Warrior, I believe the nomination went to Nick Nolte, but Tom Hardy never got a nomination for this. Joel Edgerton never got a nomination. Best film, best director. This is an awesome movie too. Best sports film I've ever seen. I already reviewed this, but I finally got the Blu-ray of The Dark Knight. It's a steelbook, and unfortunately it only came with one disc, so I get the movie and then a few special features, but I gotta get the 2-disc edition because I want the rest of the special features. This I saw literally yesterday, and this movie is probably one of my favorite Nolan movies of all time. It's probably right up there with The Dark Knight, I would say. And Inception. I love The Prestige. Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman gives a really, really good performance, which I know he's a good actor, but I only seen him in the X-Men movies, so I'm like, I know he's a good actor, but at the same time, they never give him a chance to give a good performance, and this movie let him give one. Scarlett Johansson was even good in this. And here come 3 favorite movies of mine. Well, not really movies. Here's a movie that I heard was good, and eventually I finally decided to pick it up. Batman Under the Red Hood Blu-ray. It is a pretty short movie. It's only 75 minutes. It's an animated film. And I unfortunately know a little too much from the comics, so the story was slightly spoiled for me. So that's a slight disappointment. That's just what happens when you know too much about the source material. And 2 TV shows. Batman Begins, Season 1. I love this show. It's an awesome show. I don't think I've seen any of the first season, really. Honestly, my knowledge of the show just comes from taping episodes on a VHS back when I was like 8 or 9. And I remember all the episodes I know really well because they're the ones I taped. And the same goes for Batman. I bought Volume 3, so I guess that's Season 3. Same thing with this show. I haven't seen a lot of these episodes, but there'll always be 1 or 2 that I remember because I taped it on a VHS and I watch them all the time. Like, I ain't seen any of these episodes. So I have to go get all the other seasons because I'm sure I mostly know Seasons 1 and 2, a lot of the episodes. I probably won't be reviewing the shows, but they're classic shows, so I had to pick them up. This is my childhood, okay? Iron Giant also. That's my childhood. Hey, I forgot to drink my coconut juice. Oh, and the phone's ringing. This came from... Yeah, there's chunks! I guess that's coconut pulp. Mmm! Oh my god, I love coconut juice. Mmm. It's a good thing I put this off. I've had this for like a week and I wanted to save it for when I did this video. I wish it didn't have the pulp, but at the same time it's kind of good. Damn it, just when I thought I was out, I got pulled back in. Because I made notes of what I had to talk about, and I missed some. First off, gotta review The Hunger Games. Friends with Kids, 3:10 to Yuma. I think I'll be doing a review of Driver San Francisco, although I won't be wrapped the game. My brother just got it, so I'm going to try it out and just give kind of quick first thoughts of the game. Well, I should probably get better lighting. This, honestly, like at nighttime, I can hardly light this room. And like noon almost, the lighting starts getting bad. It's that stupid light. If I had a different light fixture thing. I recently found this. Isn't it awesome? Can you see? Walk the line. Classic. So, I had to just let you people know that because it's a classic album and you should buy it. Like, if you bought it in 2005 and you were like me, you listened to that all day, every day. And now that I found it again, I listen to it all the time again. So that's cool. This is kind of a silly question, but do you think Ronda Rousey looks like Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games? Well, Jennifer Lawrence to be specific. I look at her, and sometimes I see Jennifer Lawrence. I feel like it's that badass MMA version of her.